Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus one more time. I was thinking about us. I'm always coming to you saying I'm bringing you some information as spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people, a title I gave myself some 40 some years ago, because to me, I saw people being that important to me. And as a social scientist, I had quite an experience with people, not just caring, but really an experience with them. And then having done work as a counselor brought me closer to them. But what brought me truly close to them is the fact that I was a minister. And you get a chance to hear what people think about spiritually, where their heads are at, what they focus on, and what they're looking for. And being also a person of the world and an elder, and there's something special that's happened to me, you know, that allows me to do the things I do. So when I come speaking like that to you, I might make you feel that I'm trying to take you for granted, like you don't know anything. But that's not true. In fact, I'm counting on you knowing a heck of a lot, more than me. I might make my approach might come to you like I'm belittling you, or that my idea of God is superior to your idea of God. And sometimes I do come at you like that, but I don't mean to be rude. The only reason that I do a lot of the things that I do, ladies and gentlemen, and the way I do it is because I've been just an average Joe Blow most of my life. And most of my life, I was concerned about number one. I was concerned about number one to the extent that I made a grave move and threw my life away. And in the moment of throwing my life away, a miracle happened in my life. You heard about the story of the burning bush. Well, I didn't have a burning bush. You heard about somebody going in a fire furnace and didn't get burned. I didn't have that experience. You heard about somebody going into a lion's den and the lion didn't maul them up. I didn't have that experience. But the experience that I had was my experience. In my experience, the miracle nullified the power of mankind. It nullified it. There was a power that I couldn't see, I couldn't touch, I couldn't feel. You might call it a spiritual power, invisible. But what happened was like you looking at me, or I'm looking at this camera, supposing that I'm looking at you, or everything that's happening all around me. It was that real. That real. And no human being could have done it. And so the fact that I'm here tells me why I'm here. I'm here to glorify that power that says that life is absolutely wonderful. That the life that I have right now is a gift. It's a gift. I threw my life away. And another power loved you enough to take me, give me a gift, and say, you go back and tell them who I am and what I am. Tell them that I love them. Tell them that I am for them. Tell them that there is none greater than they. Tell them that I love them and the world was made for them so that they can be creators. Tell them. Wow. Tell them. So I came back to tell you, that the systems that we live under are anti-God. And I base it on the fact that all of the pain and all of the suffering, all of the poverty, all the crime, all the violence, all the prison, all that ugly stuff, it exists. It exists. It's like a person who want to be healthy, right? but doing everything to reflect unhealthy. He's not eating healthy, not resting, partying all the time, or staying up late all the time, or maybe drinking, or, just anything that you do. Fill in the blank. Now, how can that person expect to be healthy? That person is probably going to experience every disease you can imagine. When he's going to blame, who you going to blame? You going to blame your body because he couldn't withstand the stuff that you put on it? No, you made a choice. You says, okay, just for this temporary benefit, I'm going to sacrifice myself. And so you take on the temporary benefit and you sacrifice yourself and you die. Or you can say, I'm going to live healthy. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to exercise healthy. I'm going to gauge what I do. I'm going to be moderate, and I'm not going to act a fool. And you might get killed the next day. Or you might live forever, healthy as can be. But you guaranteed, to not make it all the way if you do any and everything. And so a system that's doing stuff that the results of it is not just you got billionaires and multi-billionaires and millionaires and multi-millionaires. You got a lot of them. But in comparison with the number of people that are not up there, they're just a small speck. And yet, they live off the system that has been given to all of us because they have designed a system that permits that to happen by telling us if we accept it and try hard and give it our best, we might make it. And all the time, they're choosing who make it. And who do they choose to make it? Who do they give the big money to? They give the big money to entertainers. They give it to singers and dancers and athletes, baseball players, basketball players. They give the money to people that they don't really do anything to affect our lives except give us entertainment. But the production, the infrastructures, the bridges, the monuments, the homes, the parks, the streets, the highways and byways, and free, debt-free, they don't do that. That's something that comes from those who are led by the spirit of a magnificent, wonderful, loving God. Now, you know what? When we start talking about what I'm talking to you about, I want to tell you a secret. This, what I'm saying, is not about leadership. It's not about trying to lead you anywhere. I want you to know that. I want you to know this is not about trying to lead you. And anybody that's trying to lead you don't know what they're doing. You can't lead anybody in a place. You know what I mean when I say that? Let me tell you what I mean. This really gives authorization to who an individual is. If an individual is real, an individual is going to be real. And real tested against the system going to respond in a certain kind of way. And if it's one of those situations that involves the situations and conditions of a lot of people, they might want to tag on to you to watch and see what's going on. They're trying to milk you. They're trying to see if you can free them. They're trying to ride you as far as they can possibly get. And it's okay, because what's happening is the love of God being experienced in you, expressed in such a way that they are being drawn, even though they don't know it's about loving. It's about getting over as far as they're concerned. And as soon as somebody wipe you out the way, which is okay with you, because, hey, where else can you go? You're not going to stay here. You're not going to follow these guys' laws that take people's homes, that make people live, have people in the streets shooting each other, have white people grabbing guns, talking about we're going to have a race war, have one nation talking about I got big power, I'm going to take this nation. Oh, hell no. Y'all can have that. Any man that's free, any woman that's free, any individual that's free to have their eyes open can see this darn crap, don't give a stink about that. They're going to live according to the dictates that says that every man got a right to have peace. Every man got the right to have freedom and prosperity, and that their dreams might come true. And joy in their lives by having the opportunity to exercise their gifts in creating and causing a manifestation of all the goods and services that they say they need, want, or desire. My friends, and you're going to turn that away and come with somebody lying to you about you are better than they are. They are shithole nation people, and you buy into that stuff? Come here. You got what? The Ukrainian people, what are they doing? They're fighting for democracy, standing up, putting guns in their hands, standing up, resisting authoritarianism. And here in America, one of the high, been held before the world as one of the greatest democracies. And what are we doing? Standing up with authoritarians. Republicans, not America, not the Democrats, they're not doing that. Republicans that's following Trump, not all Republicans. At least I don't think they all are. But I haven't seen too many come and denounce what the Republican Party under Trump are doing. So they might be all of them. But it doesn't make any difference whether it's all of them or not. We're still in a hellish situation. And my whole message is about, hey, you don't have to have it. The choice is yours, always yours. And I guess I should stop talking to you, because this constant talking really means that I'm half-stepping. It really means that something I'm not doing that I should be doing. Maybe I should spend a little bit of time thinking about that. In fact, I tell you what, let me give you a chance to get back at me. You hear what I say my situation might be. Why don't you tell me that which you see? What do you think is wrong? What do you think the situation is? What do you think will fix it? Oh, in fact, only tell me what the problem is if you can follow up with how I can fix it. All right? I want to thank you so very much once again. This is Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate for basic human rights for every human being on the face of the earth. Until next time, good night. Didn't get it.